Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to episode 14 of the Mustache Ride podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Sherman Cool. You can catch me at twitch.tv/ShermanCool. And of course, as always, I'm joined here by my good friend, the Dirty Tooth. 3 Ys. Don't forget it.
Very true. And you can catch me at twitch.tv/the dirty tooth with 3 Ys. Like he always said, he already said it. I don't need to say it. 3 Ys.
3 Ys. 3. Why
3.
would you only put 1? And then 2. If you're going to put 2, it's like, why not put 3?
Yeah. And I put 4 when I first started making it. And I was like, that's
whoa.
That's way too many Ys.
Let's relax a little bit.
Way too many Ys.
We're really glad that you guys have joined us here tonight on this wonderful Saturday night, July 2nd. Happy 4th of July if you're American, of course, coming up here on Monday. Almost. But we record this show live twice a month at twitch.tv/Mustache Ride Pod. We'd love if you joined us live here, like so many people are already. We love you guys. And tonight we have some fun topics for you. So we're steering this ship away from newsy topics. We're still gonna cover newsy topics.
We have to.
Yeah, the past couple episodes have been full of just news after news, and it's just kind of like blah, it's exciting. I'm excited about the new games to come out. So's Tooth, but we have a lot more stuff we want to talk about. So tonight, we'll be talking about Overwatch 2, how Overwatch 2 is going to be replacing Overwatch. We'll be talking about if you had an unlimited budget as a streamer, how would you set up your stream room, your studio? We'll be talking unlimited budget. Think about that.
There's
a lot of options. We'll be talking about listening to music while gaming. It's for some people. It's not for a lot of other people. We'll get into that. And then I think the biggest topic of the night will be, how do you network with other creators? I know Tooth has a lot of experience. He's naturally inclined to do that really well, to network with other creators. I am not, so maybe I'll even learn something from our talk here tonight.
Maybe I'll learn something.
Maybe
I'll know something I didn't know.
I mean, ideally, we'll all learn something, right? I mean, that's almost the point of the whole podcast, is to share all our information so we all improve. Rising tides and all that.
I thought we were just hanging out.
I mean, we do that too. Yeah, we do that too.
Shit, I thought
that's not enough, though.
Okay,
we gotta give the kids what they want.
We'll teach
value.
You something.
Yeah. So before we get into any of that, or any of what Tooth has been playing and doing, what I've been doing or playing, before we do any of that, we got to get into one of the favorite topics, one of the favorite segments of the show, of the Mustache Ride podcast, called "Do They Rock It or Do We Knock It?" We got some fun ones for you guys. Yeah, we got some good ones for you guys tonight.
Yeah, they're exciting.
Yeah. On this segment, what we like to do is put mustaches onto popular video game characters, pop culture characters, people. We put mustaches on people that haven't had them previously, and we let you, the chat, the YouTube viewers, decide if we should rock it or if we should knock it, and then just wipe that mustache off of the face of their face.
Get off of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think, Touche? Should we go into number 1?
Let's go to number 1.
All
right. Number 1. This is an exciting one. I think it's probably going to rock it. And it is... Come on, number 1. Sunflora, a favorite Pokemon of so many. This was a special request by Saf from Saf's Gaming World. So yes. Sunflora, seems okay.
I mean, the color is spot on. Like, what other color would you expect from Sunflora? Maybe green, but green? That'd be weird, right? Maybe green, but
it could be a black mustache because it's like the center of a sunflower. Or
like I guess a seed or something.
Yeah, like a seed or something.
Yes, perhaps. But I think the color is spot on. I mean, absolutely. I think it's tied with number 1 with maybe like black, but that like blonde kind of yellowish mustache, I dig it. I think so. I mean, I don't know. If I were a Pokemon trainer, I'm out looking for Pokemon, and I see Sunflora with a mustache, I would I would
You throw a
consider catching
Pokeball at
it.
it?
Yeah, Sunflora is not my favorite, but I would more consider catching it for sure.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a shiny version, right? You're like, oh my gosh, is this a shiny Pokemon? And
That
you
one
get
has a
real close.
mustache.
You're, I gotta catch it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say knock it though. I would
Whoa.
I would catch it because I want a Pokemon with a mustache,
Okay.
but for just sake of the activity here tonight, I'm gonna say knock it.
Wow.
Something about some
Huh.
flora just doesn't seem like it gets a mustache.
It's a vibe, huh?
Yeah, it's not
Hmm.
my vibe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with my original verdict and say Rocket. I think Sunflora rocks the stash. It's a little scraggly.
Yeah,
It's not our typical curly handlebar. And if you ask me, I think Sunflora totally rocks it. I think we should let Sunflora keep that smile on their face with the
I
mustache right on top.
even though I say knock it, it looks like it's unanimous, almost unanimous,
Almost.
in chat with a rocket. So until YouTube tells us otherwise,
Okay.
Sunflora, you get to
All
keep it.
right.
We're going
Sweet.
on to
Well,
number 2.
good for you, Sunflora. Number
Yeah, rock
two.
that mustache. Fall Guy
Number
Bean. I don't. What are they called?
I think they're just little beans. I
Little Fall
mean,
Guy. I
yeah. This one's so awkward. Like I think that a mustache should be part of, the cosmetics that are available.
yeah,
Um, but to me, this is it's just weird. I don't know. It makes me think of a person in like a morph suit, one of those just full body, skin tight suits,
yeah.
and then just a mustache on top. And I would not trust that guy. That's for sure. Um,
It almost seems like it should be like, I don't know if the red part is like its clothing, right? Like it's sort of like a
yeah,
jelly case on top of whatever this white Tic Tac situation is. But I
yeah.
feel like its mustache should be like creeping out of the red. Like it's like
Uh-huh.
it doesn't need it, like its little Tic Tac bodysuit doesn't hold in its mustache because it's
Hmm.
such a pogger mustache.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I thought that like the red was its skin,
Yeah.
and then the white part is just like less protected skin, you know? And so cuz the mustache is clearly growing on top of the red part.
Yeah.
But huh,
It's a
it's
growth.
it's a little awkward. We need a final verdict from chat. So we'll give you guys
Yeah.
a few minutes or not a few minutes, like a minute tops.
Yeah.
Put in your final verdict for this one. It's kind of contentious, but if you think Fall Guy Bean Boy should like it, should
Bean
rock it,
boy.
then we'll go ahead and let him keep his stash. If we should knock it, let us know. My personal opinion is knock it. I think we should knock it. Tooth, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go knock it too.
Ooh,
I don't feel like he gets it yet. Like I feel like she, little bean guy, little bean girl.
yeah,
Like I don't know. Like I feel like it grew the mustache and it's awesome,
yeah.
but then it didn't know how to groom it. It cut it real awkward, and then it totally ruined it for itself. I'm
Or
gonna
like
say
thought it did and then tried way too hard, and it's
yeah,
just like, come on,
yeah,
man.
knock it.
Interesting. Well, too bad, Tooth. It looks like what we think doesn't matter in
Yeah,
any way, shape, or form because chat
heck,
has decided that little Fall Guy and Beanie Baby Boy gets to keep the stash.
yeah, heck with our opinions.
It doesn't matter. I mean, that's the whole
Yeah,
point of the segment
true.
is that we get chat and the viewer's opinion on the stash. And hey, if Fall Guy rocks it and we're just wrong, maybe we have bad taste, Tooth.
Maybe
You
so.
know, maybe we got to look in the mirror, look at our own stash, and wonder, do I have that wrong too? Do I
Oh
need
God.
to
Do we
rethink?
should we ever put ourselves on Rocket or Knock It?
No.
What if chat knocks it? What if we don't
I
get to
know,
keep
that's what
the
I'm
stash
saying.
anymore?
We would have to shave, and then what would
Yeah.
we do with the name of the show? No,
We'd have
no,
to
I don't
sell
think.
it. We'd have to give it to Fall Guy.
Now, personally, I don't think our community would do us dirty like that. I don't think. You better not. If this ever happens, you better not, okay?
Yeah, that's scary.
Or
All right.
else,
Number 3.
okay? Or else.
Number 3, because I'm
Number
scared.
3.
I'm scared
Let's
of having
move
to
on.
shave my mustache.
Let's move on. I think it's best we move on.
Don't make him pull out the switchblade. Don't make him do it. Okay, number 3.
All right, all right. Hey, hey.
Okay.
Some people have said that he should have had it a long time ago. Okay.
A lot of people say all the original developers at Bungie regret not putting a mustache on him. We all know this. It's they
I've seen
tweeted
it
about
online.
it.
There's forums.
Yeah, millions of forums out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. Tooth, give me your verdict right now. I want to hear it off the bat.
Rocks
Off rip.
it. Rocks
Yeah?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Master Chief was meant for a mustache.
Well,
Did
they
you see
say
him
that
jump out of the spaceships and shit like that? Dude just he has a mustache. He grew a mustache the first time he jumped out of the Pelican. It was just like mustache immediately.
like the SpongeBob movie. He just poof. But he didn't have to push. He just jumped out of the helicopter or the Pelican. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly I agree. I think that there's normal Master Chief, and you're just like, oh, look at this scrub, and then he kicks your ass, and it's like, okay, well, he's not a scrub. Or there's a mustachioed Master Chief, and you're like, oh my god, this guy's gonna kick our ass, and then he does. Okay. So there's underestimating and then realizing what you're up against just because of the pure fibers of testosterone flowing from the face.
True.
I think it's a rocket in my opinion.
I will have to say, like, I don't typically lose it over a comment every now and then, but Radioactive Doge says, "Bro looks like someone even the grunts wouldn't take seriously."
Nah, those grunts are just little Fall Guy beans, but they wish they could grow a mustache. You know what I mean? Those grunts couldn't grow a mustache to save their birthday skull, okay? Give me a break.
Oh god.
That's pretty good.
It's a little contested, but I don't know.
I think
see,
I think it looks like
to count it?
overall, just put some eyes on top of the visor and it looks 200% better. Huh. Maybe we'll have to, if we ever bring this one back or for any reason, maybe we'll think about doing that. Good suggestion, Zombie.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a rocket. Like if we add in our opinion, it's a rocket.
Yeah.
So
if Fall Guy Bean gets the rocket, Master Chief gets the rocket, I think.
I think it's decided.
It's decided. We're gonna rock it.
Congrats, Master Chief.
Yeah. I don't think we have the authority to give him a congrats or tell him that he can or can't, but good job.
Well, thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah, thank you for your service, Master Chief.
It's a nice mustache you got there. Please don't hurt me.
As always, we would love to have your submissions. So ! email, or you can go to that email right there, mustacheridepod@gmail.com. And you can send us in your suggestions of who you would like to see. You can either make it yourself. You can send in a couple characters that you would like to see happen. You could cut out a little paper card and mail it to us if you wanted to, and I'll show it right here on the camera. However you have to do it, but we want your submissions for Rocket or Knock It. We need them, actually. Like we're running out of people to put mustaches on, and I don't want to put my face up there because I don't want to have to knock it. No matter how bad my mustache looks, okay? I don't want it.
What I want to see is like a collage of all of the Rocket or Knock It faces all the ones that
Oh,
have rocked it. I would like to see a
yeah.
collage of all of the faces just overlapping and filling up the screen.
We
And I
could
want to
do
make
that.
that my like background. Yeah,
That'd be kind of sick, actually.
that'd be fun. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
One day, one day,
We'll do
once we
that.
have enough guys that enough characters that rock their stash, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think that was fun. I think Master Chief deserved it. I think Fall Guy deserved it. I think we all made the right choices there.
Yeah.
But what I really want to know, past who can rock a mustache, most people can rock a mustache if they really had a nice one. What I want to
True.
know is what the heck is up with you, Tooth? What the heck have you been
Oh,
doing? What's going on in your
I
streams, in your life? Tell me.
I have been working a lot. And so I had to cancel actually an entire week of streams,
Oh,
which I haven't had to do since I got hate rated, which we did an episode on. You can catch that at the YouTube channel, YT. So I haven't had to do that for a while, but I had to go on a work trip. I was traveling all over the state, and that totally sucked. But I have one more work trip that I have to take, and then I quit my job. I quit it.
yeah.
I just straight up quit my job and got a new one. I got a new job, and I'll be moving at the end of July, which is really cool because it means I get a new stream room. And so all the ideas that we talk about later about unlimited budgeted stream rooms, I have a budget, but
Well,
like maybe I'll just
it's just it's
it's just
we're trying to get
money.
the we
Yeah.
want to get the juices flowing for you so that you can say like, "Oh, but I can't afford this $3,000 thing, but maybe I can get a cheaper version and still achieve the same effect," right? Maybe.
Maybe I can get an Elgato sponsorship and they'll just like set up my room. What's up,
Maybe.
Elgato? But I had to cancel those, but it's going to be awesome. Like, we're going to move at the end of July. I'll have a lot more time to dedicate towards certain things that I haven't in the past, such as
Mhm.
streaming, video editing. I'll have my YouTube channel up by August with a couple videos that I'll be posting, which is really exciting.
Mhm.
But outside of that, in the stream world, I'm still bumping around in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I beat was it Gaiorg? It's like a giant fish boss in the Zora temple in Majora's
Mhm.
Mask. It ate the crap out of me several times. There was one of my good streamer friends like was in there and he was like, I'll donate $30 if you beat this boss on the first try. And
Oh,
I was like, I got this
yeah, bet.
for sure.
Let's
Like,
do it.
bet
Yeah.
I'm a pro gamer. Died
Ooh.
immediately. Like, it didn't even last like more than 30 seconds, I don't think.
Wow.
But
That's a bummer.
I ended up beating it to end the stream, which was really fun, and I'm going on to the next boss. I think I have 2 more boss fights in Majora's Mask, so getting pretty close, a few more streams. I think I'm
Nice.
going to knock this Zelda out of the park. It'll make my 3rd Zelda game that I've beat live on stream. How cool is that?
Hell
Um
yeah.
and then when I'm not doing that, I've been bumping around Minecraft, checking out the new stuff. There's a new biome, a mangrove biome, which is really cool. I haven't found it yet, but I've looked at other people that have found it. So there's some new materials, and I'm
Hmm.
trying to do this thing where every time I start a Minecraft world, I make a new style of build, like base build.
Oh,
Um,
fun.
and so that's something that I've been trying to do. So right now I'm working on a like a total floating uh like wooden base that's floating over a ravine that like a
Huh.
mountain will go over top of. So I'm building all of that right now
Huh.
in survival,
Interesting. How
not
does so
creative.
explain to me how it works when there's a new biome introduced. You have to go find it. So it's like, is that in
hmm
every seed now? And it's
It's
just there somewhere?
so there'll be an update and then you have to update and then you have to like update your world or whatever, and most of the time like a new biome will pop up and they're randomly generated chunks, so like you may never find that biome.
Hmm.
Like I played 3 worlds before I found like snow and ice, And
Right.
then
Okay.
then one world that I was in, I just like spawned on top of an ice mountain and found polar bears and I like Arctic foxes and all sorts of things. So there's a lot of cool stuff in there when they do the updates.
Hmm.
But
That's cool. I
yeah,
respect that. And it's not just like freely, like if you have a seed you've been working on for forever, a world you've been working on for forever, it might just not be there.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Um,
And
hmm,
some of the updates like don't really like track very well because all the seeds, all the like chunks have been generated. And so like your world might not have everything that comes in the update if like you've traveled a lot of places. At least I think
hmm,
that's the way that it works.
interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what have you been up to? You been playing any
Me?
games? Yeah.
Yeah, a
Are
lot
you
of
a gamer?
games. Yeah, I play a lot of games. So yeah, I don't know if I gotta say Rocket League. Like I could
That's a
probably
given.
keep it off the list from now on, but I'll probably keep it on the list anyway because it's awesome. I love Rocket League. It's so
Car
great.
soccer.
Yada yada. Apex Legends, still playing that. It's still great. Played with my boy Fatal Tone recently for the first time in a couple weeks, I think, actually, because he's been busy moving and stuff. And so got back into Apex Legends last night, and it's a ton of fun. That game just still kicks ass
Dude,
constantly.
it's broken right now though.
What?
Like it's like the Xbox version's like unplayable.
What?
There's like a bunch of stuff happening right now where it's just like totally bugged out. The servers are kind of bumpy. Um we were talking about it earlier in the stream that the only playable game mode is the one where you're like trying to control the points or whatever.
Control. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's the only one.
Weird.
So
That's
yeah,
super
so it's
weird.
really
Haven't
weird.
heard about that.
Yeah, I think
But
it's not affecting like PC players as much, I don't think.
okay. Well, despite that, still having a still had a great time with it last night. And then more in-depth stuff, kind of smaller stuff. Vampire Survivors. Whenever I get a chance, I'll hop into Vampire Survivors and I'll try my luck. And recently I've gotten two. So one yesterday and one today, runs that I made it all the way through, the full half hour. And feels really good. You feel really powerful in that game when you're able to make it the full 30 minutes. And so yeah, Vampire Survivors, dope. And a similar game, not the same, similar though, more twin stick shootery. So Vampire Survivors, it's only like a one stick shooter. It's you control left stick and then you press A to select whatever item you want when it comes
Hmm.
up. But with 20 minutes till dawn, it's an actual twin stick shooter where you have to aim where you shoot and stuff. And so there's different guns, different characters, and you have to survive 20 minutes instead of 30 minutes like in Vampire Survivors. Really good game. Good aesthetically, like kind of pleasing. It's dark. It's Vampire Survivors, so it's just you imagine that it's gonna be dark and kind of dismal, but um, it's another game where when you get a good build going with good synergies of all the upgrades and stuff, you can really like feel powerful. Like you can get to a point where you don't have to move and
Yeah.
everything around you dies. And so that's fun. I haven't done that in 20 minutes till dawn yet, but um I hope to get there. I have everything unlocked. I just got to get the right RNG in place. But 20 minutes till dawn. It's like $3 on Steam, and then there's a free version, 10 minutes till dawn, and that one it's just as fun, half as long.
That's the prep version. That's where you're like, all right, I've made it 10 minutes. I think I can do 20 minutes. And then you buy it and you only
Don't
make it
you
11
don't make
minutes.
it? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened to me. As I played 10 minutes, I got made it all the way through, and I was like, sweet, like $3, not a big deal. Haven't made it the full 20 yet. Haven't made it the full 20.
There's always time.
Um, yeah, that it won't stop me from trying, that's for sure. Fall Guys just went free to play recently. There's some newer content out, I think, like some new
Hmm.
maps and
Yeah.
stuff, new game modes. That was a lot of fun. I wasn't able to join you guys tonight for your community night. I know you guys
Yeah.
played Fall Guys, but I hopped into it recently, and it's Fall Guys. It's still fun. It's dumb
Yeah.
fun. You're just a little bean hopping around, hoping to get to the end. I didn't win or anything, but I got kind of close, and it's a good game. Played it, good stuff. This next one, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but growing up, I played Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, all these Muso games. I played a few of them. I'm not some like diehard fan, but I saw on the PlayStation Plus Premium subscription, there's a bunch of games there that's just available for you to download. And one of them is Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. I think it's one of the more recent ones. And I was just like, I remember Dynasty Warriors. Let me download it. And I'm finding that back in the day, I didn't play Dynasty Warriors properly. There's a lot more to it. It's a lot
I,
deeper of
th-
a game than I thought.
I think that's probably how it always happens.
Yeah, and so I re-downloaded it, and it's like the same as I remember, but I understand more of the concepts and things in the game now. So I'm actually playing it how it's supposed to be played, and it's a good game. It's fun, lots of progression. You're just mindlessly mashing and killing a bunch of basically fodder people, and then there's like certain people that have more health and more they're just larger essentially, and then you can kill them, and then essentially with empires you're trying to take over territory. And so you start out as a free officer, and then you take over one territory, you use that territory to take over the next, and then you want to take over the whole map and create an entire empire. And I'm starting to fall off it a little bit, but it kind of caught my attention, and it's really fun. I don't know. Those Muso games that just mindless killing hordes of enemies, kind of fun. Kind of fun. I think it's similar to if you play on Switch like Hyrule Warriors or Fire Emblem Warriors or whatever.
hmm
Similar to those games, but more like original, I guess you could say. Not no other IP involved. So,
I've not played any of those games, but I think there's something to be said about like the sort of just like like open exploring, and you're just like, you know, just
yeah.
yeah. There's some
Just
cool Lord of the Ring games like that, like where you're like fighting against like horde stuff. I
yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of game than I normally would play. So that's why I want to bring it up today. It's like it's just different for me, and I actually am enjoying it. It's the
Yeah.
closest thing to an RTS that I will play, which is weird to say because this isn't an RTS at all. But in between the combat sections, you're in like a menu screen where that's where you do all your diplomatic or like your uh, empirical tasks, running your empire, taking over other empires and stuff. And so you
hmm
like almost allocate resources and try to funnel those resources into areas that will make you progress and get you more resources in turn to
Yeah.
get more territory. So super fun, but super nerdy as well. Last thing on what I've been doing recently, I almost forgot. I have it right here. Recently, I bought a Razer Kishi, which is it's like a little thing for your phone. You put your phone into it, and it's like a controller. It's got triggers, bumpers, analog sticks. It's all it's all pretty high quality stuff. It's nice, and you just kind of slide your phone in there, and it automatically connects to most games, and you can kick ass in Apex Legends or Call of Duty Mobile, and or Rocket League Sideswipe, which I plan on trying very soon. And so yeah, I'm just a big fan. I had a gift card, and it was on sale already at Best Buy. So I ended up getting this thing normally $100. I got it for like 34 bucks.
Oh,
Not bad.
that's a steal. That's
Yeah.
extreme mobile gaming.
I'm not a big mobile gamer. I don't there's not a lot of games that I play
Yeah.
mobily. But if I do, I don't want to use touch controls. Maybe I'm a boomer, but I hate them.
I'm
I
like
just hate them so much.
I'm like Clash of Clans kind of mobile game, or like something like that. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I never play like any extreme. I did try out like Call of Duty Mobile and Fortnite Mobile, but
Mm.
it was just like I don't know, like my phone would die, so I'd have to plug it in and I would just have to like lay on my bed and like play on my phone. I'm like, geez whiz, I have a Switch. Why don't I just
Yeah.
play my Switch?
Ultimately, it's just always going to be a worse experience
Yeah.
than the full version of the same game. But
Yeah.
that's the thing with like Apex Mobile, there's certain small mechanics that make Apex Mobile more enjoyable in that regard. So like with looting, you just run over the loot and it'll pick up and upgrade your weapons and attachments automatically
Yeah.
basically. And then there's certain stuff that you can like click on like okay, I want that and you can pick it up also. So like that's more convenient, but ultimately it's on mobile. It's not as good of an experience. You don't have a 24, 27-inch monitor in front of you with mouse and keyboard. You've got a tiny little phone monitor
Yeah.
and your fingers covering half of the screen. So that's what the Razer Kishi is kind of like trying to mitigate, make it seem more like a Switch or a Steam Deck. And it works more or less. And I've used it with Xbox X Cloud like
Mm-hmm.
gaming and the certain games on the Xbox Cloud. I played Forza Horizon 5 and it works great. It's just fine. Not too much latency that really it would like screw up my game unless I'm
Yeah.
further in Forza Horizon 5 and I have really, really, really fast cars and it matters that much. But ultimately, casual gaming works great.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I just I don't know, like I feel like I've never really got too far into mobile gaming.
Well,
I
maybe
guess
something to look into then. It's a
I
whole facet of gaming that is just
yeah,
there
there's
waiting.
tons of games like out there.
Hmm.
Like Raid Shadow Legends, like
Oh
geez,
yeah,
that's
you're missing
yeah.
out.
I don't know why I don't play these.
Hmm.
There are some mobile games though that I've gotten like stuck on in the
Yeah.
past, and
Like what?
I'm like going like off on a tangent here, but
Like Clash
there's
of Clans or something?
like Clash of Clans was one that I got into for a little while, but there was one called Zuba, and it was
Zuba with a B?
yeah Zooba, and you
Hmm.
play it's like a battle royale style game, and you're playing as little like zoo animals, and like each one have different abilities, and you're going around and you're like trying to shoot the other zoo animals with like power
Hmm.
ups and different things, and like there's one that's a giraffe, and if you're in high grass you can like lift up your head and you can see out of the grass but no one else can.
Hmm.
And it's a pretty cool game. I haven't played it in a while, but they're there for a while. I was playing it just as much as any other game.
Zuba.
Zooba.
I'm gonna have
The
to look that up.
the icon is like a
Interesting.
little fox with a double-barreled gun. It was a
Okay.
fun game. But if
Yeah.
you download it, let me know.
We'll hop on.
I'll hop on it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. A little Zuba action. Okay. Well, enough of that. Okay. Enough. Tooth.
I'm sorry. I'm
People
trying to
only
get you
care so
addicted
much
to
about
mobile games.
what we've been doing. Oh, what they really want to know is Overwatch 2 just completely replacing Overwatch? Like the game that we're currently playing is just going to be replaced and a 2 is going to be put after it and we're not really going to be able to tell the difference. There's going to be some new stuff, but really like you could have just updated Overwatch with like 9 gigs of an update. And
I
so what are your opinions? It's been announced. Yeah, Overwatch 2 is going to completely replace Overwatch as a game.
yeah, it's kind of wild. Like I wonder like it it seems like I don't know like what the like I haven't read it, but if it's like an immediate cutoff, like as soon as Overwatch 2 comes out, like you won't be able to get onto the servers. That
Yeah.
seems like what it's going to happen. All of your stuff that you have in Overwatch 1 is going to transfer to Overwatch 2. I mean like people have asked for that, but that seems kind
Yeah.
of weird. Like it's a new game. And so
Honestly,
like if the content is that similar that you can just transfer a bunch of stuff over there,
Yeah.
that seems kind of sus. I mean,
It's a little sus.
I really liked Overwatch 2 beta.
Mhm.
I've watched a lot of people play it. I played it myself. I got in 2 flights of it. It was great. I liked it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun, but I am worried about just like the ability for them to be like, all right, we're just gonna toss Overwatch 1 out, and here's Overwatch 2.
Like, and on the same token, if it's that similar, why not? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, if you're calling it a new game and you're gonna make me download a whole new game, why not just get rid of the exact same game that is already out there?
yeah,
I just don't know. I don't know. I think it's just a bad sign that there's not enough content to differentiate it, and they don't want you saying, "Nah, I'm good off Overwatch 2. I'll just stick to what I know and go
yeah,
back to Overwatch or Call of Duty or something else." But they're trying to make sure that anybody that is still currently playing Overwatch right now ends up playing Overwatch 2 instead,
yeah,
inflating the numbers. Just like when the Overwatch 2 beta was out and Overwatch tweeted out, like, hey guys, if you're streaming Overwatch 2, please stream in the category of Overwatch. But
yeah,
it's flipped. It's flipped. Now they're saying, hey, even though you're playing Overwatch, like, hey, just say you're playing Overwatch 2. There's new content over here. You're gonna want to do it anyway.
yeah.
And it's kind of, it almost seems disingenuous. Like they're trying to sweep something under the rug or hide something in front of our under our nose or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but it just seems sus.
I will say that I have the same a similar worry about the content level, because that's one thing that like everybody that plays Overwatch like now, like if you're a big Overwatch person, at some point you've been like, God, are they ever gonna release anything for this game of value now? And I got
Yeah.
into it late, so like I had like a lot of like making like catching up to do. But I've
Yeah.
been playing it for several years, like I think since like 2017, I think. So like I've been playing it for a while. The
5 years. Yeah.
yeah, and like in between, like they've released like a few characters here and there. But the one thing with Overwatch 2 that is like surprising and worrisome is that they're introducing Sojourn. Like we knew
Right.
that. Like that was coming out, like that was in some of the teasers and stuff like that. But now they're introducing Junker Queen, like 2 also, and then
Mhm.
it seems like a lot of the story and things like hinge off of Junker Queen. And I'm just worried that they just like popped 2 characters right away, and that now it's going to take like an entire year before like something else comes out. And that
Yeah.
they've changed everything like around, and that they didn't get rid of enough like they didn't change up enough of the characters for it to like be a new game, I don't think.
Yeah, to justify the number two afterward, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day with Overwatch, they were on a really good cadence of releases. Like they had a new character every, like, I don't know how many months, 6 weeks or something. Like it was a fairly fast cadence, and they were pumping out characters while the game was hot. Um, but I don't know if we're in the same environment. With Overwatch 2, it's basically the same game. There's a lot of characters as it is. The more characters you introduce, the more balancing issues you potentially have.
Hmm.
And I mean, to look at League of Legends or Dota or anything, they have hundreds of characters. And it's possible, I wouldn't put it past Overwatch, but in what other way do you see them really improving besides adding more characters or more maps?
Yeah.
I want them to get back on a cadence like that where every certain amount of time there's new content, just like any other living game. But I just don't see where they could go besides characters and maps. That's it.
Yeah.
If they, I mean, they haven't told us anything. That's one thing that I'm really irritated about is they haven't told us anything about the PvE stuff.
Yeah.
We've played the beta, the multiplayer beta. We haven't seen anything about the PvE. It shows, to me, it shows they're not confident in it. They don't want to show the consumer their progress so far because they're not confident that it's what we want to see. That's the vibe I get because I haven't seen anything, and we're getting closer and closer to it being out. And that's supposed to be the new hot thing, the selling point, the new aspect of the game that we want. That's why we want to upgrade is like, let's check out
Yeah.
this PvE stuff. Haven't heard a thing, not a whisper of the PvE. And I'm hoping that they can tie it all together and make us all impressed with the PvE stuff and maybe how that interacts with multiplayer. Maybe you can earn loot boxes and then use those cosmetics in multiplayer. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I need more, man. I need more.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm not convinced that it needed to be a whole new game.
Yeah.
Like I liked it. I still like it.
Yeah.
I like playing it. I think it's
It
fun.
runs great. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm ready to get rid of a couple heroes.
Who?
I would get rid of like uh um blah, 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 blah. Widowmaker. Like Widowmaker I would get rid of immediately. Hate
Huh.
Widowmaker. I would also probably like curb Winston. Like
That's
I think
interesting.
yeah, like I think there's like a couple things like that I would think of like if I were gonna make a new game, like and I was gonna recenter it around somebody like Junker Queen, I would probably throw away a couple of heroes, you
Yeah.
know? But then again, like they can't do that because they're wiping Overwatch, the first Overwatch off the face of the planet. But
Yeah.
like they could like restructure the game, the heroes, the story.
They
Um
could.
and then that's like a whole next chapter of Overwatch. And then the people that don't want to play that play Overwatch still. And I think
Nope.
they're missing the chance a little bit. It's just like a whole
Yeah.
it's just like a DLC is what it
Yeah.
seems like.
It's a bummer, but then I don't know. I guess as long as all the cosmetics carry over and there isn't too much else that's different, like if there's, they changed Orisa, they changed certain characters, and I'm gonna miss the old Orisa. Orisa was one of my mains, but it's over. Like that's done and over with. Um, is it okay to just completely get rid of certain characters and aspects of your original game, put a
Yeah.
2 on it, and say this is the new thing? That you gotta justify those changes. So I don't know. Anyway, we're spending a lot of time on this topic, and
Yeah.
I think it remains to be seen, right? We just need
Yeah.
to wait to hear more from Blizzard.
I'm gonna play it. It has cross platform, cross progression. It's got
Right.
a lot of things that people ask for. It's probably gonna be a good game.
I'm gonna play it anyway. So
True.
yeah, yeah. So next, Tooth, I want to know from you, how do you network with other creators?
Yeah,
So
that's a
in my experience, you've always been really good at it. It seems to come natural to you. It doesn't come natural to me. I try to react. I try to interact with other creators and stuff, and I'll follow, but I just don't know how to take it to another level than that, than just being another viewer, right?
yeah.
Um, so what's your process, or what? I don't know if you have a process, but what, if you can recall, what do you go through when you're just trying to meet new people, new other streamers?
So I think what really helped for me was that beginning like research period before I started. So like I'd been on Twitch for a long time. Like I'd been around the like watching gamers scene, but I never
Mm.
really interacted with anybody until 2020. Like I never talked on Twitch. I didn't type my first chat message on Twitch until 2020, but I had watched it since like Justin TV.
Yeah,
I just like didn't chat. I was like, I'm here to watch this gameplay because
you're
I'm
just
playing
one of
this
the
game.
you're one of the many lurkers that make the streaming
Yeah.
world go round, and
Yeah.
we appreciate you.
And so that was sort of like what I did. But in 2020, I sort of changed. I was like, man, this is like, I've always thought about doing this. And so I just started talking to people. I didn't really ask about streaming necessarily. I was just like getting to know people and like, checking all the vibes. Um, but it made it really, really, really helpful when I did decide to start streaming. And I had built this like little network of people, like you and Fatal Tone and my friend Tiki Gone Wild and a couple other folks too that I had just like I'd built this little network of creators that like I didn't expect support from them. That wasn't my goal. But it was like I could bounce ideas off of people like offline. Like
Yeah.
there was like all of this stuff. That's something that I haven't stopped doing. Like when I see somebody on Twitter, like I'll go and check out their Twitch. I'll watch their like VODs and I'll see like how the stream is. I'll follow it before I do anything like introduce myself or like talk about streaming. I go in there and I spend like weeks, sometimes months, like in their chat before they even know that I'm a streamer. Um, and I feel like it builds a really easy and like an actual relationship with someone. And so like
Yeah.
I'm there for their content. I'm not asking them to come to my content. But then like when they play something like a game, like they'll play something like Minecraft or they'll play Mario Kart, and I'm like, oh, this would be really cool. Like if I could do something with them, or like if I invite them like awful like
Yeah.
if they're after they're done streaming, like I message them on Discord. I'm like, hey, like I play Mario Kart like every week with a community of people. It would be really cool if you come in and play with us. And so I haven't done like a ton of collabs. But like when Halo Infinite was coming out, like I knew Tiki Gone Wild was like a huge Halo person, like Halo
Right.
fan. And
That's right.
I was like, hey, let's play co-op. Like I want to play co-op. I wanted to play all the campaigns and I hadn't thought about doing co-op and I was like, hey man, like let's play co-op of all the games. And so he
And
was
you
down, he was able to play all four of them and
wow.
that was awesome. And then like you
Yeah.
were able to play the fifth one with me and that was a
Mhm.
lot of fun. And since then like I've been able to like open a few things up and like people like Jay Willie that has come in here like has approached about doing something cool and fun like with Nintendo because we all play a lot of Nintendo games. And so
Yeah.
we did the Super Smash Night. That was a lot of fun. And so I've gotten into this world of where people play a lot of games together, party games and things like that. And so it makes it a lot easier. Like they have a lot of fun when they're doing it with their community, but they're streaming. Like they have this pressure of of being live. And so it's
Right.
really cool when you can reach out to a creator that plays a game all the time and you're like, "Hey, I play this game too. Do you want to come over and play with us?" And then they have like they get to duck out of the stream life for a little while
Yeah.
and play the game and have fun. And I think
So what
that's my approach is that I try to just find people that have similar interests in games, and try to embrace their content, like watch their content, build
that's a
a
bar.
friendship. Like I
That's a
feel like
bar.
yeah
That's embrace their content. So what I'm hearing from you just from that quick little blurb is that you legitimately spend time in their stream with no expectations. Just I don't want to call it altruistic because it's not that you're necessarily doing like a good thing for the world. You're spending time in a stream. If you enjoy it, you embrace that and you
hmm
spend more time in it, get to know the community, the streamer, talk in chat, basically get your name seen. And then later on when like they change games or they start playing, let's say Minecraft, I think the big distinction is hitting them up off stream or like after
yeah
their stream, joining their Discord, being active in their Discord, and then direct messaging them and saying, "Hey, like I do this on my stream." Like not only have you been there for a while, but you've been there for a while without making it known that you're a streamer.
hmm
I think that when you do say offline, not in front of anybody, one to one, when you're like, "Hey, I'm a streamer and we do this, like I'd love for you to join us." I think it's really flattering for that streamer, and I think it just shows that like, "Oh, shoot, you're a streamer too. I didn't even consider that before. You didn't tip me off to that." I think that shows respect
yeah
for
yeah
the streamer and their content, and it shows that you're like a fan first, and you're trying to get something from them second or
yeah
third or fourth or last, whatever last is. And I think step by step, that's really good as long as you're legitimate about it. And I know you
yeah
are, but I think for our viewers or for anybody else out there, don't fake this. Like, don't make a friend, don't offer to collaborate and then just bail. Like,
Y-
you want to be serious if you want to hit somebody up because you share interests, follow through and try to make it the best it can be. That's what content creation's all about, right? Um,
Yeah, and
yeah.
people will like people that have been streaming for a while will see right through it. Like if you're not genuine about it, and then like the second you're like, hit people off stream, like if you're asking questions like, hey, like do you think that like X, Y, and Z would help my content, like if I play the same game that you do? Or like if you're asking these weird questions of like trying to extract content from them,
Hey, if
like
we play together, could you shout me out on Twitter? Like, so that,
yeah,
we're both like, don't be
s-
fishy. Yeah, don't be
yeah, stuff
fishy like that.
stuff like that is like it really starts to like tarnish like anything that you may have built. So
Yeah.
like if I'm playing with somebody, or like if I'm doing something, like I do not expect them and do not really want them to shout me out necessarily. Like it makes me feel awkward like in a chat sometimes, if like
Yeah.
is like if I'm in there and I like mention something, I try not to talk about anything even a little bit about my stream. Like
Yeah.
because it just feels weird. Like it feels weird when I do it. And not everybody cares. Like some
It's one of
people
those like, you know what you're doing kind of thing. And if
yeah.
you try to say you don't, then either you're dumb or ignorant, or you're lying
Yeah.
straight up. Because if you're like in somebody else's chat, like interacting, if you're in the crowd at somebody's stand-up show and you're like, "Hey, I do stand up too. Hey, I'm really funny." Like, that's not
Can
cool,
I tell
man.
you a joke?
Come on, give me a break. And nobody likes that guy,
Yeah.
or girl, whoever. It doesn't matter. Nobody likes that person. And yeah, so don't be that person. And sounds like you're like the way you go about it is a lot more legitimate. Like the connections that you make, you keep more often than you lose. Am
Yeah.
I wrong?
Yeah, I think like all of those people that I've sort of mentioned are people that today like I still go to their stream
Yeah.
all the time. Like I've almost never had it like uh go badly or poorly.
Good. Yeah.
And I've had a couple of experiences that have been like, all right, like you know, it wasn't like I didn't catch the right vibe from their content the first time,
Yeah.
and I messed up. And so like and then like I feel awkward like exiting that relationship, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't really
Yeah.
like the content that you're putting out anymore. And I think that that's something that a lot of people don't uh have a hard time with, is that the people that are in your stream or the streamers that you're talking to, like they're probably not going to be streamers or viewers forever. Like
Yeah.
people grow out of things. Like you could be playing a game and then you switch games and somebody's like, I don't really like any of the other games you play.
Nothing
And
wrong with that too.
yeah, and I think that
Them's the breaks.
that sort of needs to be normalized a little bit, because people
Yeah.
get like really hurt sometimes, where it's like it's sometimes it's like, I like the game that you were playing, but I don't really enjoy the rest of the content that you put out. I
Hey.
it's tough to hear that, but like
Or like, hey, I came along with the raid. I followed just to be nice. And then we got watching and I don't really appreciate the way you go about things. It's a
yeah.
vibe, and it's a viewer to viewer, it changes. And that's the thing. It's just like with life. Like we meet new people every day, but we don't make new friends every day, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Like you can come in with a raid, and if you leave, you leave. I don't know. In my opinion, it's a lot more casual than people. It's easy to get really close with people on a stream or even with your chat.
Yeah.
And when one side feels closer than the other, then it's hard to like realize, oh, this isn't going to be a friendship or anything. But I don't know. I feel like I'm one of the streamers. I want to be friends with all my chat. Um, but it's just hard. I've never been one to keep a lot of really close friends or anything. And
Yeah.
so it's hard for me to keep up with so many people. And like I do legitimately care about all my viewers and everyone, but I can't keep up with it. And so I just do my best.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's what's so important about me, like going into the streams and like actually like being a part of their community, is that like I want to, like, if I really like their content, like it takes me a little while. Like I don't go into a stream and I don't chat automatically all the
Yeah.
time. Like I'll go in and I'll watch, and maybe I'll watch for 30 minutes. Sometimes I'll watch for a whole stream. And then the next time I'll come in and I'll start chatting. But it's easy to tell, I think, in my opinion, for me anyway, like whether or not like I'm gonna start getting along with somebody or like the
Yeah.
community. And once I start chatting, like for me it's all about like, all right, like I really like this content, so like I'm gonna try to build this friendship up and be like a robust part of this community. And I think when you do that, that's when people like start asking questions about you. Like they start learning
Yeah.
about you. Like when somebody's coming in like my stream and they've been there for a little while, like I like to learn more about them. And like,
Yeah.
you know, you start to learn that other people are streamers. They like this similar games that you do. And that's when you build those relationships, and that's how you start to network with creators, but also help build like a, you know, you not only are you a part of their community, but they can also be a part of your community like just as easily, like even though you're both
Yeah.
creators. Like me and you, like, you know, people like Power the Titan, you know, my first affiliate stream ever like was a I got a raid from Zubat 5.
Yeah.
Like and I feel as if like I am like a top Sherman Cool fan and Zubat 5 fan, right? Like, and when I'm in there, it's all about the viewing experience for me. Like I like cutting clips. I like, you know, roasting you guys. I like, you know, spamming the
Yeah.
emotes, catching Pokemon. Like I like all that stuff. And I don't do it because I want you to come and watch my stream. I do it
Yeah.
because I like your stream. And I
And it's
think
I think
that's important.
it's funny that like I think to some viewers, some people that might be watching this episode that aren't streamers, maybe they're just viewers and they've been in so many in different chats and stuff. Maybe they don't understand that it's not like that for everybody. Like I'm a streamer, but I'm not as good at being a viewer. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like live streams are it's long form content. It's hard to there's not enjoyment 100% of the time the
Yeah.
entire way through like a really action packed quick cut YouTube video is. And so when I go into a stream, I can stay for a while, but I can't it's hard to make those connections with the amount of time that I typically spend in streams. And so I think what's important, the distinction is that like some people it's easy to just be a viewer, to make connections, to talk in chat. Some people it's easy to just be a viewer and only lurk, never
Yeah.
talk. Still super important. And to some people it's hard, and it's one of those things you have to one of those barriers you kind of have to get over to meet new people. And maybe it's just a social thing in general. Maybe in general I'm just not good at making close connections with people, but I think there's a similarity to just meeting people in real life and meeting
Yeah.
people through a keyboard
Yeah.
that we don't give enough credit to. But the point I was trying to get to is that it's harder for some people than others
Absolutely.
to meet new people or to make legitimate connections. Super fortunate for the connections I have made, and I think it's important as a streamer to go out of your way to try to make more connections like that if you want to improve, if you want your content to get better. Because I've learned so much from Tooth, and then like even other streamers, other friends, other content creators that we have. I've tried to set things up to make some content. It hasn't always worked out, but it's like just taking that small step to try to make some
Yeah.
try to collaborate with somebody makes me more confident to do it again next time, to try to reach out next time and stuff. So um yeah.
Yeah, I think like I say it like a lot. It's actually, I think it's in my Twitter bio. I'm like I'm a number one Twitch viewer first. Then I'm a streamer sometimes because like I'm a like at heart I'm an extrovert. I love meeting new people. I love building new relationships, and so it's super easy for me. Like I was told Shark earlier, like I miss the availability that I had in 2020 and 2021.
Mm.
In 2021, I sent 65,000 Twitch messages.
65,000.
Yeah,
That's a
and
lot,
it
dude.
is a lot, but it's like, but I'm sure every single one of those messages, except where I was roasting somebody, or like a whole line of emotes, like they were all messages where I'm like, I feel like I was talking to like people that are my friends,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
whether or not like people can, and there's a lot of like parasocial relationship stuff, and so like it's not ever that like I'm hoping that they're my friend, like that they think of me the same way too. It's that I really like I like them a lot. I like these people that I
yeah,
talk to all the time, that I watch their streams, and so I don't need that reciprocation like me. But
yeah,
some people do, and so it is totally different for the other people. But for
yeah.
me, I'm pretty one sided. Like I'm like, if you're just responding to me, that's good enough for me.
But it's like to some people, it's like rejection. You
Yeah.
know, it's like if I hey, I play Minecraft too. Feel free to come by my stream on these days and play Minecraft with us. Either no response or a no feels like real, like the plane is crashing into the ground.
Yeah.
Like that hurts. But to some people, it's like, okay, no big deal. On to the next one. And so I think it's important to understand there's a difference, but the outcome's the same.
Hmm.
Whether it's a no for somebody who takes it well or a no for somebody who doesn't, the outcome is no. It's like you're not going to play together, and that's okay. You move on to the next one regardless. But I don't know. I just think some people maybe put a little too much stock into that stuff. But
Yeah, I think so,
um,
because you have to also know that that content creator, like, sit back and think about how much time you spend on anything that you do, as far as like streaming, making YouTube videos, TikToks, blah blah blah. Like, you're thinking like, oh man, like I spend 4 days a week, and then like you reach out to someone and they're like, oh sorry, like I don't really have the time in my schedule to do that with you. Like,
mhm,
you have to think like, okay, they are also putting in 4 to 5 to 7 days a week,
mhm,
40, who knows like how many hours of like time they're putting towards making content also. And so
right,
sometimes it's just like those people are gassed, like they're just it's totally beyond something that they could do. Like, not
right.
everybody is like a crazy weirdo that stays up till 5 a.m. like to just, surviving
Only your
off of
only a boy is here.
LaCroix. Yeah.
Yeah, only a boy is here. That's only something you can expect from us at Mustache Ride. Um, But in summary, I think that was a really good topic. I think we talked a lot about a lot of good topics. I just want to summarize that whole thing. So this has been how do you network with other creators as a Twitch streamer? I think correct me if I'm wrong or add to it if there's anything I'm missing. But initially, spend time in the stream, talk in chat, get your name known by the streamer. Like not just one stream, not just two streams, but like no expectations, talk in chat, make like talk to people, respond to other people's messages and the Twitch streamer. No expectations. Once you think they know your name, once you think that you're a part of the community properly and they're playing a game that you like, hit them up, attempt to collaborate. Again, no expectations. If they say yes, work it out. Maybe they can come to your stream, but make sure to hit them up off stream. Make sure to hit them up not in a public manner. Hit them up, let them know you're a streamer in that way. They'll appreciate it, and then maybe they'll even collaborate with you and you guys can make content together. And then if not, if they're too busy, if they've got a whole ass life, a whole full-time job, their successful stream, their content they're putting out elsewhere, and they can't add you into the equation, like, get real. It's not it's just
Yeah.
okay. That's fine. You might be in the same spot, but not everybody's just up and ready to collaborate.
Yeah.
So,
Twitter, Twitter,
anything else to
Twitter,
add?
Discord, Discord, Discord. And do not enter someone's stream for the first time. And I don't care if you're there for the whole 8-hour stream. Do not say your first time in their chat, all right, I'm out of here, I'm gonna go stream.
Got to
Or
get
don't
ready for
ask for
my
a
stream
or
now.
don't ask for a shout out. And there it's a difference between if you're in somebody's stream for a long time and they know that you're a streamer and they know like and your friends, that's totally
Mm,
different. But
yep.
if it's your first time in chat, just consider that one a toasted relationship because
Yeah.
you just kind of burnt that one. That's just how
So
it is.
I totally agree, though. Tooth, what are you thinking? One more topic, and then we call it an end to episode 14.
I think so.
You wanna bring us into the next topic?
Yeah, you want to do a fun one?
Yeah.
The let's do a unlimited budget stream
Okay.
room. I think
I want you to go first because
the
you've
next
got a new job. You're moving
I
into a new home. You're gonna have a whole room that you can dedicate to your streaming. And
oh
I'm really excited
baby.
for you. What are your plans? Like, imagine when you move in, you also won the lottery at the same time. What are your plans to make the best ultimate streaming room without hiring like an interior designer or studio design? I don't know what they're called, but
My wife's an
anyway.
interior designer. Sheesh.
Dang, you got
Uh
advantages.
I know. All right, I got some pictures that I'm going to bring up.
Okay,
And it's
cool,
not
cool.
just one of them, but it's a mix of all of them, okay? So, and if you don't know Pinterest, I'm just going to do a shameless plug of that. Pinterest is the most kick-ass web platform that you can ever imagine having. It can organize all your ideas together. You should have it. It has everything. You can learn how to quilt and you can find your favorite stream room. So, that's what
Pinterest, download now.
not sponsored. This one right
Oh,
here is just like a sick, like I feel like
oh,
this one's sick. Like you see like the old TV with the Super Nintendo and the GameCube and
mm,
everything hooked up in the back. Totally sick.
love
Um,
that. I also
I'm a
really
big
like the
fan.
effect that all the like cotton balls or cotton or whatever spider web from
Yeah,
Halloween kind of stuff on the ceiling with the RGB lights above it.
I
That's
don't know if
such a cool effect.
I don't know if I would do that, but I would love to have like I don't know if you've ever been in like a Dave and Buster's or like an arcade where they have like the different like the varied height like panels. But
Oh yeah.
I like something like that, I think. But this is one
I
of
think
them.
Harris Heller's studio, he has
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's kind of
Yeah.
like it's like a little like you're a giant looking at like you're Godzilla looking at a big city with all the
y-
little skyscraper blocks kind of
Yeah.
different level. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I like Harris's setup a lot. This is
Oh,
another
yeah.
one. I feel like this is just so clean and
Mm.
like I love the panels in the back. Okay, it's so nice.
I know you're
This
going for like a white aesthetic too, right? Kind of
I
more
am.
white,
Yeah.
light colored. Yeah.
I do cuz I like the way the light bounces off of it. Everything looks so clean and nice. I can tell
Yeah.
how dusty everything is because I hate that. This one is really sick. Like I would love like in
Mm.
my background, like similar to the way that you have your second PC and your like I love your setup, by the way.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
but this is just like that like this is your setup, but next level. Like I like the controller wall where it has everything from like
Yeah.
the Duke all the way down to like the NES controller. That's totally sick.
I love the
And
brick too. The brick is a good
yeah,
even it looks like it's probably just wallpaper too, but the brick aesthetic is nice.
it's sick, yeah. And then last but not least, like this is like a toned down version of all of them, I think. Like this is like this one's achievable. Like I could probably do that in the room that I am now, but I want
Yeah.
something like I want a mix. I love them.
Oh, that guy, I thought, okay, that's a projector. Interesting, because that's
Yeah.
a projector screen coming down over the doorway.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a pretty cool idea though.
Yeah, and then it looks like it's one big maybe 32-inch monitor on top of two side by side, what, 24-inch monitors
I think it's
for the
actually
desk?
like a giant like the 33-inch curved monitor and then
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it's a TV up above. But
And then a TV but that's a really good look. Like normally you need like four or three or four monitors to achieve that
yeah.
effect. That looks nice.
Yeah, so I really like that, but I'm going with something like this mixed with
Mm,
like in between these three, I think is what I'm going to try to go for. But yeah. That's unlimited budget, money. I would have
yeah.
the sickest panels. I would have two Elgato key lights.
Mm. How many monitors? Give me a total.
4.
Like within the room, how many screens?
Okay,
Not including phone, I guess.
4 monitors and 1 projector and or green screen.
Ooh.
But a
Yeah.
projector would be sick.
And let's be real. And green
And
screen.
yeah, and a
You want
green
a
screen.
green
Yeah.
screen here, projector screen there,
Yeah.
badass 4K projector. Ooh,
So
nice.
I think I like the background and the things going on behind. Like I envy that setup and I can't wait to get to the point where I have it. I can't the
Yeah.
way that my desks are set up, like I can't do that because of where my window is. So I just have this big block back here behind me and
The
I don't
curtain.
the curtain and I don't like it that much and so I'm excited to like get out of there. Um and
Yeah.
then I'll do a runner up here because I just saw this one.
Okay.
But this one looks sick. It's like really it looks like a combined space like where maybe like 2 or 3 people are
Man.
gaming in it.
Yeah.
But look how sick this one looks.
It's got like an island in the middle there for
Yeah,
building computers, maybe. But wow, that's gorgeous. It's just all the
beautiful.
RGB makes it look so much better. I imagine if they turned all the RGB off and they put one light in the corner, like a normal room,
Yeah,
then it wouldn't look as impressive, but they have it lit to show off all of the features that they've put in it. And
exactly.
so yeah, that's goals for sure.
And the amount of like FPS you must get with that much
Oh
RPG.
yeah. Shoot, the PC
Unbelievable.
horsepower, give me a break.
Oh, like there's no way to get past it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's my stream room. That's what I would do.
Nice. Well, we're definitely going to check in with you. I think, within the next few 4 episodes, we're going to see a bit of a transition. Maybe
Mhm.
5, I don't know. Within the next few episodes, we have one episode every other week. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What? Maybe 6 episodes. Within 6 episodes, we're going to see a total transformation of Tooth's setup.
Yeah.
And twitch.tv/the dirty tooth, THA, 3 Y's in dirty. You can follow him and check out his stream as it goes on a
Yeah.
on a more granular level, 3 times a week, 4 times a week.
And I'm thinking of and I'm not 100% like sure yet, but I'm thinking about streaming some of the setup too. So doing like some
Yeah.
just chatting streams where I'm like painting and like just doing some stuff and like
Oh,
hanging out and just like showing the process of what I'm doing. So that'll be
nice.
it. That'll be it. What
That's
about
the way.
do you have something? Like do you have something like what you would do?
Well,
What's
I'm gonna. It's not lost on me how fortunate I am. I work very hard for a living, and I make my money, and I spend my money to create this. I'm fortunate enough to be in a room dedicated to my streaming, and I've done a lot of work. But this isn't what I would have if I had an unlimited budget. If I had an unlimited budget, I'd probably get wild and make a warehouse and walls and then different rooms and do,
Oh
some
yeah.
crazy big thing. But if I just had one room in a house with an unlimited budget, it wouldn't be too much different. I might, if I had an unlimited budget, I would probably hire somebody to, but we're not going that route.
Yeah.
We got to use our own brains and our own ingenuity. First of all, these freaking pull it off the wall. These foam things that I have, these crappy egg holder foam things, garbage. These suck. I want higher quality ones of these.
And they don't do anything. I watched a whole Harris Heller
Really?
video. Like the furniture in your room is a better diffuser of the sound
Yeah.
than those are.
That's why I have a big carpet too, but I don't know. I think it is better than still your waves sound bouncing off of a drywall wall. I think it's better, but
I
how
have them
much
too.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have them
Yeah.
too. Just
But I would also I think okay, so right now like I have this desk here. It is about 2 inches taller at its lowest level than my current regular desk. And that is it just irks me. It just after all this work and I couldn't get it right. It's so I would even that out. I would make everything lower like this desk is. I would upgrade certain brands. Like I have a capture card that was like a 30 or like a Streamlink capture card, but it was like 30 bucks from China on Amazon. And if I like bump my desk, my camera freezes. Did it freeze? Are we good?
I
Okay.
think we're good.
Okay. But if I bump my desk wrong, my camera freezes because it's a cheap thing. It works fine, but it's cheap. Anyway, I would upgrade some of that stuff. I'd get a new professional USB hub because my current USB hub has been just turning off randomly and it screws up everything. Um, I'd probably get some more shelves in here. Um, I probably would, if I could show you, I would, but I'd probably install my green screen properly. It's, you've seen it. I have like a big hook in a stud in the ceiling, and then 3 zip ties that connect that hook to the hook on my green screen.
It's not a
And it's
bad.
so,
It's
j-
not. It's not a
it's
bad
janky.
installation.
It's
It's
janky,
it
dude.
works though.
But if I had unlimited budget, I would fix that. I would fix
Yeah.
that. I would also I have a 3D printer. I would hire somebody to take all the crap out of my garage, so that I have room to set up my 3D printer. Uh,
Nice.
and then I would also probably have a whole camera studio-ish setups, like studio light setup for my 3D printer for working in that space. I'm hoping one day to try to explore that. Worst case scenario, I just have a 3D printer in a whole space and I don't show it off on
Yeah.
live stream. I can just take videos regular, but I would also really love, I guess this is kind of cheating, but it's kind of extending my studio space uh, to include 3D printing, setting up, and the actual printing, and then the post
Yeah.
processing of sanding and painting and stuff like that. Um, I'm really looking forward to getting into that, but
I would love to have a 3D printing studio. I did it all through graduate school. Like I'm certified in like CNCing and 3D printing and like
wow.
all these different things. And so I would love to have that as studio. I forgot to mention though, if I won the lottery, I would immediately build like a stream warehouse though.
Right?
Like where like I would be like, all right, like SMC, like where are we doing this at?
I'd be like, Tooth, how much money do I have to give you for you to move your ass to California so we can make content in person together? Oh,
Bruh, if I won the lottery, I would move there immediately
that's
and
what I'm
I would
saying.
just buy a building and I'd be like, all right, this is Mustache Ride headquarters. This is where we stream at. Like we got like
MRH, Mustache Ride headquarters. Oh, that ring, the ring. Did you hear the
right?
ring? It sounds so
Yes.
good. Oh,
All right, so one day when we win the lottery, that's gonna happen. It's gonna be total poggers. It's just gonna be insane.
I think that's a whole discussion topic for another time. Is just in general, if you won the lottery, what would you do? Not even content wise, just
Yes,
with your life. Like, I think it reveals a lot about a person. If you give them that hypothetical and they answer candidly, I think it reveals a lot about a person and who they are. So maybe that's another fun topic for another time.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And
But
I think one thing before we exit or anything, like I want to
okay.
like because I'm a Minecraft fan and it's a little heavy right now, and I didn't watch very much of the content. I will say,
Yeah, please.
but the news about Technoblade, who's a crazy cool Minecraft content creator, they passed away recently, and like this like the Mustache Ride, myself, Sherman Cool, like all condolences go out to like the Technoblade family and all the content
Yeah.
that they put out. And I did just see a tweet where Minecraft changed their Java loading screen and they popped in a little tribute to Technoblade, which is kind of cool. So
Very sweet.
yeah.
That's again, I didn't hear the name. I didn't know who Technoblade was until I saw the news on Twitter. Looking into it more, man, that guy made some good content.
Yeah.
That guy had so much positivity in all of his comment sections and everything. And then I made the mistake of watching the video that he had his dad put out on his channel,
Heavy.
and I got less than halfway through, and I couldn't contain myself. I damn near started crying. We were talking. It was just before the show. We were talking, and
Yeah.
I was like, let me step away real quick, because I was tearing up. I was like, why did I do this? We're about to record a show, and I'm
Yeah.
making myself cry. But it just goes to show. I mean, I didn't even know who the guy was, and it's a really really powerful message in that video that he had his dad convey, and then just the things that his dad was saying about him and the whole situation and who he was. And man, really really a really special guy, really special content creator. And people like this guy we raised, I'm trying to be a
Yeah.
content creator similar to that. It's such an inspiration. We
Yeah.
raise people, you know what I mean? I can
Mhm.
point out specific content creators in my head that raised me as a from a kid to now. Like Smosh was huge when I was a kid, and they were huge to influencing me as a viewer, as a YouTube viewer. And I don't know, it's to think that so many people were affected by Technoblade, and that at least he got to go out and he got to say bye. and
Yeah.
and it's not as much of a surprise as it could have been for a
Yeah.
lot of other people. I don't know, there's a bright side, but it's just tragic ultimately.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't, the content will live on forever, and
Hmm.
yeah, the Minecraft community like is a solid community, and I
Yeah,
figured we should say it. I play a lot of
absolutely.
Minecraft, and I've only been recently introduced to it, but God, the Minecraft community is a special place for sure.
Yeah, shout out, rest in peace Technoblade. But that is on that note, that's about all the time we have for episode 14 of the Mustache Ride podcast. We'll be putting this episode up on YouTube within the next few days. And yeah,
Our
that's about
our
it. Any
editing
final
our
words?
our editing team is insane. The
Oh
turnaround
yeah,
on the videos lately, my
yeah.
God, like I am so glad that we hired that team of
We should pay
people.
him more.
We should pay them more.
In fact,
S-
way more.
Well, yeah, like at
Way
least
more.
200% more than we're paying them right now.
Yeah, but 200% of zero is still zero. So anyway, that's about it. If you have no final words, Tooth, then let's find somebody to raid. How about that?
Let's do it. I have
Let's
somebody
do it.
perfect. Should we ever put ourselves on Rocket or Knock It?
No.
What if chat knocks it? What if we don't
I
get to
know.
keep
That's
the
what I'm
stats
saying.
anymore?
We would have to shave, and then what would
Yeah,
we do with the name of the show? No,
we'd have
no,
to
I don't
sell it.
think.
We'd have to give it to Fall Guy.
Now, personally, I don't think our community would do us dirty like that. I don't think. You better not. If this ever happens, you better not, okay?
Yeah, that's scary.
Or
All right,
else,
number 3.
okay? Or else.
Number 3, because I'm
Number
scared.
three.
I'm scared of
Let's
having
move
to
on.
shave my mustache.
Let's move on. I think it's best we move on.
Don't make him pull out the switchblade.